The Benin earthwork is the greatest earthwork ever known to man. They say that it's about 4 to 5 times greater, you understand, longer than the Great Wall of China, and more than 100 times in terms of the material resources that is used, or the material that was moved. More than 100 times greater than the Great Pyramid of Egypt.
Is the largest and the greatest work of any pre-mechanical civilization. It covers a distance of almost 10,000 miles or 16,000 kilometers. By the time it is stretched out, it can go around, it's 5 times longer than the Great Walls of China. It took more than 150,000 man-hours to create from records, and 37 million metric tons of earth was moved in the course of its creation, making it close to 6 times larger than the amount of material used in building the Great Pyramids of Giza.
This is an aerial perspective of these earthworks, the depth of the moat, and a wall at the height. Thick vegetation could not allow clearer insight of their true nature, but the earthwork is a trail, a vast continuous network of earth movement around the old Benin Kingdom. At the heart of this earthwork is the defense of Benin City and its authority against external aggression. At those periods, when Oba Ogola built the moat 900 years ago, Benin was locked in expansion wars, the most proved timely intervention.
You have enemies around that were coming to Benin to attack Benin. One of them was the Akpan Ejaka of Udo, who was a warrior. He would come to Benin to launch some attack. So that was what really prompted Oba Ogola to construct this moat. I must tell you that since that time, no external aggressor, no external enemy really came to Benin. So Benin has never been a battleground since that time, that the 13th century until 1897. For a period of over 600 years.
One of the major wonders of this moat was its work statistics. It was a major engineering work before an age was found in Benin and executed by engineers who never go to school.
Is the greatest survey done by any pre-mechanical civilization, because it covers over 200 communities, delineating spheres of influence, actual areas of jurisdiction of these communities. Until today, it is used in judging boundary dispute. That's why the real name is Iyanuwu, the earthwork that is boundary.
One thing is particularly heartwarming about this earthwork. They are not a bad idea. They come straight from the military genius of the people of that era. A compelling accomplishment, no mean stature.
What is interesting is that the oral tradition now is corroborated by physical evidence on the ground. The stories that they were built first in the 13th century, that's around 12 AD, by Ogola, then Oba. We believe that they are true, because there's no other way those things would have just come into existence. And the fact that they crisscross the inner city and the outer also shows that there was a pattern to it. It wasn't accidental, it wasn't something of nature, it wasn't something that just met. It was done, and it was for a purpose.
Yes, this work is said to have been dug to a height of 60 feet off and 60 feet down, using wooden spades and baskets, and executed through human labor. I tried to bring a real picture of the moat in close perspective. The one in Aosheni is still in its natural state. We trek through mud and waste, through narrow paths and smelly wet environment to have a picture of it. There is a semblance of integrity in the height and depth of the earthworks in Awosheni. Climbing to the heights exactly gives me a fair idea of the logic of those moats. They are a trial in your stamina. You can't breathe. You can't walk straight. You can't have perspective of where you are going. That is only an upward climb. You don't even negotiate the 60 feet down yet. On top of the wall, thick vegetation is impeding a true fixture of the moat. Do not be deceived, however, by this lush vegetation. Under is over 60 feet deep. It is a treacherous trench, not tampered by time. There was a little drama going down from this particular wall. It is a slippery journey down. A little slip can see me tumble to a heap of wet, simply refuse. I cursed my luck for climbing that wall with a kaftan and a sandal. It was a scandal. It is difficult to capture the complete character and trajectory of these earthworks from the ground, yet you still can't miss some aspect of it. Following it tracks at various locations, including at Awosheni, at the Airport Road, at the TB Road and the Secretariat, you will find that roads breaks its linkages. Benin is a rainforest. It rains thick and fast all year round. Bamboo and tall light shrubs grow everywhere. They literally take over the earthworks, enveloping them in a blast of green. It so happens that there are different timelines in the building of these earthworks. The first was, of course, during the reign of Oba Ogola around 1280 AD, and it was for defensive purposes. Oba Iwari, who ruled Benin Kingdom around 1440, was also credited with building of moats to curb migration of Benin citizens out of Benin itself. It was a story for the movies. I am coming to another moat in Ekwa Slope, in the outskirts of the ancient Benin Empire. Now, it is a moat with a difference. I told you that there are two types of moats. There are the inner moat and the outer moat. Now, this one, the Ipoba Street, or at the Ipoba Slope, is the outer moat. And you can see it here. Nothing changes. There is no difference between the inner moat and outer moat in the manner and shape of their construction. But in their messaging, they are different. The inner moat may be constructed for military purposes. This one is built to stop migration of people. An interesting story is attached to it. And let me sit down to see whether I can capture the story. In the 14th century, in the 15th century, Eware the first, the person whose present Oba of Benin is taking his name after, lost two of his children. The heir apparent to the throne of the Benin Empire. They died by a small quarrel. They poisoned themselves, they all died. Now, when that happened, to mourn, the Oba then went to a 3-year of mourning, and he made the city to mourn as well. That for 3 years, nobody should go close to his wife. No person should give birth to a child until the mourning period is over. Many people endured, but a number of communities or a number of people could not. So there was mass migration outside of the Benin Empire or the Benin Kingdom. And then, of course, to stop that migration and to make people stay and live their life in the Benin, he built a moat. This is one of it. Ipoba Slope, outside or in the outskirts of the ancient Benin city. In time, Oba Iware relaxed his sanction and the ban was lifted. To date, however, Several communities outside of Benin trace the emergence of their settlement from the context of that migration.
Like today now you have many set of Ishan. Because this Ishan town you hear about today, it was that time they migrated from the city. Most of them are from the palace. Even the Ishans, like my way I'm from Ekwa, many of them migrated that period. You understand? Many parts of Ishan, even Ora. You understand? So because of that incident, that's why you have those people went and settled there. But that doesn't mean that that was the only time these people migrated. It was in batches. But most of the people migrated during that era, during the era of Eware the First.
The story in context is that there are inner and outer moats in Benin. Whatever their intentions, they explain the perspective of the over 14,000 kilometer stretch of the earthworks. There are more insights on how the distance is arrived at though.
Anytime the Benin people war against enemy and conquer the neighboring city, the neighboring villages around, the Oba send a chief as Onogie to go and rule these people. And by so doing, the Onogie himself built a moat round about his village and connects it to the Benin city wall. And then how the network of moat continue all over in the cities we have in Benin, in the villages all around Benin.
The moats have come a long way. They engaged the minds of the first Europeans in Benin. In the 1st of June of 1961, the earthwork was declared a national monument by the then Federal Department of Antiquities. It is also chronicled in the Guinness Book of Records in the year 1978. By all definitions, the moats are memoirs of the warring activities of Benin Kingdom and a living testimony of how strong the Benin Empire was. Sadly, these testimonies are going away. This great historical achievement is going through distortions.
We have so many people who go there to go and carve out of the walls and use for their own building projects. You have some who turn the moat to dump site. Some go there to convert it to toilets and mess up the entire place. So over the period, what we have had is a situation where the moats have been filled up by a lot of silt and dirt. And that has already taken away the key value of the moat.
This is a scene where people literally build on top of the moat, defying extant laws on encouragement. When we are talking of the encroachment of the Benin earthwork, the moat especially, a lot of illustrations abound. Now, behind me, of course, is a picture of the moat. Obviously, it has been filled up. You can see it, but at least because of the vegetation, you can still see a picture of a moat. But then going down, if I move around, I'm linking up the road. It is like there is no depth anywhere. And then you find buildings anywhere. On the left and right are buildings. Obviously, we are losing the moat very fast. The tragedy of the multisectoral invasion of these moats is the fact that today, only some aspect of that heritage trail bear a semblance of the original moat. The curator of the Benin Museum offered an insight of his experience with the moats growing up in Benin.
Now, while we were going to school, primary school, then as children, we were so afraid each time we get to the axis where the moat is along the road. So afraid that we you cannot see down the ground, the base of the moat. So as children we were scared. It appeared as if the depth of the moat was about to suck you in. That bad. That same axis of the moat along the airport road where I said I grew up, today I can walk on it across because it's completely filled up.
The question is, at what period in history did the distortion of this national heritage begin? Many believe it begins with the advent of colonialism. Over the years, these moats have gone through so many changes, various changes. One of it, of course, is encroachment. The encroachments are by the civil populace. But in most places, to by government itself. Where I am here is a place filled up with government buildings. The High Court building is here. The State Secretariat is around this area as well. There is a prison. All of them encroach the natural route of the moat. What is happening is, this earthwork go round the Benin town, cycling the palace of the Oba. And then, because it is a continuous cycle, modern state is having its effect on violating its beauty. There have not been lack of efforts to arrest the distortions of the earthworks. They just do not work.
Years ago, our father, Erediawa, the Oba of Benin, the last Oba before the present one, the father of our present Oba, set up a committee of chiefs, very smart chiefs, and asked me to head them. And we went round the moat and tried to see where people have encroached on the moat. We went round and we told the people that they were encroaching on the moat, and their encroachment is illegal because there is a law which protects the moat and its immediate surroundings. There is I think it is 100 feet from the middle of the moat, both sides. You are not supposed to build on it.
I add the ears. What happens to the report?
We reported to our father, and we also reported to the museum curator at the time. The best thing is to prosecute these people, including the forfeiture of any property on the moat land. But nobody did anything about it. Apart from the Oba coming out on the air to tell them that the moat is a heritage which all Benin people are proud of.
There are so many values attached to this earthwork when they were active, and even today. These earthworks are a subject of intense research into the Benin past. People across the world still visit them.
They have spiritual values. Sacrifices are made to ward off evil against the people, to ward off evil against the land. So sacrifices are made in the moat. We have cultural values also, where a widow, for example, a widow who goes through mourning period of her husband, the clothes she wears, the mourning clothes she wears, they are thrown there in the moat. Part of it. That's the story.
Benin has 9 walls across the earthwork trails. They are all gone now. Even so, an ancient Benin highway still thrives.
So this is the ancient road in the Benin Kingdom. That's why this road, they call it Uwunde, Uro Uwunde, and Uwunde Benin meaning head road. It's the first road. And in ancient time, here was a gate here. You understand? So you could access the outside world. So the Benin call it, they make a pilgrimage to Uhe. Okay, Uhe. So this was the head road.
The major task ahead now is how to claim the Benin wall and moat. There is a manifest phobia among the section of culture buffs that if the pattern and wave of distortion of the moat is not immediately checked, a day will come soon enough when the moat will not be there. There is a focused reclamation drive now through identifying actual distortion agents and through cooperation and education of the people.
In the good old days, nobody tried what they're doing now. Well, let's say up to the 1930s or thereabout, nobody goes near the moats. But at that time, the Oba still had some power. Since the colonial days started here, your powers are no longer there. The Oba can do things. In those days, if you are told don't go near the moat and you went near it, something happens to you. But we can't do any such thing now. The power has gone to you people.
The Benin earthwork is a heritage treasure to the world, to Nigeria, and in particular to the people of Benin. The story, however, for now is, will the world allow this remarkable feat in engineering, the faith of for all stakeholders.